Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Welcome once again to the Dr.Sky Experience, heard here on Talk Radio 77 WABC. We call WABC the crown jewel of radio, and for a good reason. It's the iconic Talk Radio 77, broadcasting out of New York City, around the nation, around the world, and I'm confident, even out into the universe. Welcome to our Dr. Sky Update number 27, the planet Saturn as it reaches opposition. Get set for a most amazing observing session as the original ring planet Saturn rises in the southeast right around the time of sunset. Saturn, the father of Jupiter, in Roman mythology was the god of time, Cronus, and also the god of agriculture. The mighty planet Saturn takes 29 years to orbit the sun, and it has 1/8 the density of our planet Earth, which means it could float if an ocean were big enough, but it's 95 times more massive. If you were on the surface, which is a gaseous planet itself, you would find out that the escape velocity is over 22 miles per second, contrasting that with the Earth's escape velocity of about 7.5 miles per second. Its atmosphere is primarily composed of hydrogen, methane, and helium. And did you know that the ring system is some 170,000 miles in diameter, making it actually larger than the planet Jupiter if you took a look at ring edge to ring edge? Right now, the northern hemisphere of Saturn is facing the Earth. But in 2025, we'll find out that the ring system will seemingly disappear from our view as the Earth moves through the ring plane, and we then get to see the southern hemisphere of Saturn for a whole new opposition and apparition. Also, the ring system is quite thin. Also, the ring system of Saturn is approximately a few hundred meters, that is, in diameter. That makes it a most amazing situation in space. What are the rings comprised of? Really, billions of particles of small rocks, and maybe as small as gravel, and all the way up to the size of maybe an SUV or even larger. But take advantage of this opposition of Saturn, as Saturn will rise when the sun sets. On August the 27th, and you see the sun setting. Just look to the southeastern sky. Saturn, an easy object to see with the naked eye, is easy to see some 814 million miles away. So simply, if you could jump on a light beam, it would still take you an incredible 73 minutes to get from the Earth to the planet Saturn. Did you know that Saturn now has the most moons or satellites in the solar system? There's some debate as to the exact number. Some say 83 moons, but astronomers, some also say 146 moons with actual calculated orbits, but not all of the moons have names. If you're looking in a telescope, under low power, the ring system will be tilted toward the Earth by some 8.1 degrees. And as I mentioned before, over the next year or two, it will be edge-on, like a knife blade, seeing that edge-on. In a telescope, the diameter for our more advanced observers out there is some 19 seconds of arc. That is the ball of the planet. But if you take the diameter of the ring system, it moves up to some 44.2 seconds of arc, rivaling that of the planet Jupiter, which we'll be talking about in months to come. So simply, for basic observers out there, we welcome you to the Dr. Sky Experience too. A naked eye view of the original ring planet is easy to see as it rises in the southeast sky at sunset. Opposition, when it's 180 degrees away from the sun, just like that of a full moon, occurs during the early morning hours of August the 27th, exactly 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. What would I do if I'm a beginning observer? Maybe a pair of binoculars would help. You won't see the ring system. You'd need a telescope to do that. But once you observe Saturn in a telescope, trust me on this, it will be almost a life-changing experience, not to be too dramatic. It's that impressive when you see it and show that to friends and neighbors. It almost looks surreal. Saturn's ring, sadly, will disappear in a few million years because of rotational instability, Nothing, even in the universe, lasts forever. And now on to a more personal series of events that you can partake in. As I mentioned in our previous Dr. Sky updates here on the Dr. Sky Update, proudly here on Talk Radio 77 WABC, as we like to say, and many others, the crown jewel of radio. Why? With its over 100-year legacy of excellence in broadcasting, you've come to the right radio station. By checking out all the information and great podcasts at wabcradio.com. But here's a special event. As we mentioned before, there'll be a second full moon in the month of August, sometimes referred to as a blue moon. But did you know that this particular full moon will be the closest full moon of all of 2023? We call that a supermoon. There'll be some 8% brighter, 13% larger, and there you go, a most amazing sight. So don't miss the beauty of that full super blue moon, rising, of course, just after sunset. And then just to the upper right, in case you haven't found Saturn by a few degrees, that star-like object that's sitting there is indeed the planet Saturn. And a special shout out to the many of the people that support us here in Arizona. Yao's Chinese Restaurant, if you're in Gilbert, Arizona, a great place to eat and big supporters of the Dr. Sky experience. And also Raffaelli's Pizza, 2 locations, Glendale and Peoria. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, you will find out that it's truly New York Best of the West pizza. For all of you listening in the New York area, you know what that's like. But it's hard to find as you go west. And Raffaelli's Pizza truly has New York Best of the West pizza. And don't forget, if you have any questions or comments, my email is drskyshow@gmail.com. And you can listen to us proudly here on this radio station, Talk Radio 77 WABC, every Sunday with owner John Katzimatidis on the Cats Roundtable. And then every other Wednesday, we join Frank Morano on the other side of midnight, and we both agree to change the name of the show, albeit just for the hour, to the infinite side of midnight, with great information as you tell us from the realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather. And in our particular podcast here on the Dr. Sky Experience, also jam-packed with great interviews about American exceptionalism, people that really matter and believe in our nation, as many of you do out there in Radio Land, and of course, across the nation and around the world. And also, ladies and gentlemen, a great thing that we can talk about in future editions is the upcoming October 14th annular eclipse of the sun, visible across much of the nation in the west and southeast, and then building up with great energy to the amazing Great American Total Solar Eclipse that'll occur April the 8th of 2024, visible across the wide swath of the United States. Until next time, I'm Dr. Sky, always reminding you what to keep your eyes to the skies, simply trying to earn every day the title of being your navigator on the highway to the heavens. Clear skies, good health, and enjoy planet Saturn as it moves front and center into our skies late August and September 2023.